All right. Welcome, everybody. Super excited to be talking to Kim Dayz team. I think that's a clever and cute element. Tonight, you guys. So we're here. And I have met some of you. Some of you guys are a little bit newer, but I all know that you are here because you are actively building your Plexus business. And that is one of the most exciting things for me to talk about because I've been building the Plexus business since 2014, and it has been the biggest blessing financially, really honestly, in many ways, spiritually, community-wise. Just the layers and layers of blessings to me are endless. And so I get really excited when I get to be a part of your journey, a part of you building and you growing and being and helping mentor you in that way. And so I know Kim is as well. Kim has seen phenomenal growth on her team in the last few months, really since the spring, and has even, you guys know, promoted to Ruby and been able to come. And now she's working Plexus full time. And what an awesome benefit for you guys to have your team leader working full time, honestly, on your behalf. And I know Kim and I know her heart, and she wants nothing more than each one of you guys to be as successful as you want to be. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about our business is you get to be as successful as you want to be and as you're ready to be and as you're willing to work. This is not, it is not brain science. I mean, brain surgery science, whatever. This is not, it's not hard in the sense of hard to figure out. The only thing that requires hard in our business is hard work. It does require commitment. Our business does require consistency, and it will pay you the way that you give to it. So if you put in part-time work, you put in treat it like a hobby, then it will pay you like a part-time hobby, right? But if you commit and you say, I want to do this, I want to really focus, I want to make this a full-time income, something that really can provide for my family in that way, then you can, and you work that way, then you will get that. I can almost guarantee you 100% that that will happen. That is completely up to you. So Kim and I are absolutely here to help, support, mentor, and give you what you need the best we can, but it's really up to each of you guys to make the commitment, and actually consistently do the work. So, yeah. So what does that look like? So you're like, well, what do you mean? Like, what does that work sort of look like, Dawn? First of all, one thing that you'll want to really develop and really know without a doubt is why you're doing this. And you'll hear sometimes the term like having a why that makes you cry is the thing that will keep you in this and keep you doing this and keep you pushing along, even when it's hard. Because there are going to be, just like anything else that's you're working towards and anything else that's worthwhile, you're going to have really, really, really great days where everybody's messaging you back and everybody wants Plexus and everybody wants the pink drink and you're like, yes. And then you're going to have days where everybody tells you they hate it and they don't want it and they want their money back. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh. And there's going to be some days you just want to quit. And so there are a lot of highs and lows. So the thing is you want to make sure that you know why you're doing it. So on the hard days, when you feel like, oh, this just isn't working, you have to be able to go back to your why. Go back to that thing that made you start in the beginning to say, yes, I want to do this. Yes, I'm committed to this. And yes, I'm willing to do the work and learn how to do the job well. Again, it is like, and just like any job, when you first start out, it's a little harder because you're learning. And then the longer you do it, the better you get at it, the easier and more it kind of flows. So just be prepared for that also, especially like Jana and Kimberly, as you guys are getting started, you know, it takes a little time, but that's what we're here for. We're here to help you do that. So I maybe after I kind of go through everything, I want you guys to think about your why. And I want you to maybe share, if you're willing to share with me, what that why is. I think that would be really great, maybe for everybody. So, and it has to think about it being a little bit deeper than saying, oh, my why is I want to make $500 a month, or my why, you know, think a little bit deeper than that. And more like my why is I really want to have that extra money to pay off debt. My why is I want to be able to retire early and spend time with my grandchildren. My why is I want to be able to buy an RV and travel across the country. I don't know, whatever your why is, think about it and love it and make it, of course, traveling in an RV would make you cry. So that's not really worthy of a why that makes you cry. So come up with a why, like really dig deep and know what it is and keep it. And then maybe there might even be an opportunity, especially with maybe even that's something you can do in your retreat is when you do like some why to make you cry vision boards type thing. Because those are always fun. You have them, you can come back to them. Okay, so so now we have established that we have to work. We've established that we need a really good why. Those are probably two really important things to always know, like the ground, okay. Another thing that you're gonna find in order to be really successful in Plexus is you have to have belief. You have to have unshakable belief. Because if you don't love the products, you can't share the products, right? You can't be passionate and sharing and growing and all those good things. So I always think about really having a really strong belief in 4 quadrants. This is kind of a fun activity, and if you've got a pencil near you or a piece of paper, you might want to do this. So you take your piece of paper, and you draw a quadrant like this. You draw like 4 little quadrants, and in one you're gonna write products, and then in one you're gonna write business model, meaning like network marketing, MLM, or network marketing. In one you're gonna write company, meaning corporate. And the last one, you're gonna write yourself. Okay, so I did it here, if you guys can see. So you think about, so you have, okay. So now I want you to think about each of the 4 quadrants. What you wanna do is you wanna have, in order to really, 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 really go for it, be successful, do everything you wanna do in this business, having unshakable belief in all 4 of the areas is really important. So first of all, I want you to think about 1 through 10, 1 being no way, no belief, I'm not there with you, Dawn. 10 being absolutely yes. In the products, on a 1 through 10, I want you to rate yourself. What is your belief 1 through 10 in our products? So guys, you can write that down. Okay, the next quadrant is the business model. What is your belief in the actual business model of network marketing, multi-level marketing? How it works, 1 through 10. Okay, now next I want you to look at Plexus Corporate. Now maybe you're just getting started, you don't know much about the company, so maybe your belief might be low because you don't know. I mean, that's fine. How much do you believe in the company itself that you work for? You don't really work for them, you represent. And then the last one is how much do you believe in yourself? And I can tell you, in all the years I've been doing this quadrant is the trickiest for most people. Because the others are outward. This is an inward thing, a belief in self. How much do you believe that you can get to where you need to be, where you want to be, where your heart's desire is? How much do you believe in yourself? Now, maybe this will be fun to kind of pause a little bit and get some interaction. Products. Anybody want to share just where they are? Products. Shout something out. What did you say?
I would say 10 for me.
Yeah.
But I've been on them for 5 years. So I wasn't a 10 5 years ago. When I started, I was probably a 1 or a 2. But
right.
Once I started them now, 5 years in, definitely a 10.
Yep. Anybody a little lower than a 10?
Yeah.
Who said yeah? No?
It's Jana.
Jana, what are you?
I guess I'm around a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Normal. You're new. Okay. Join. Hi, Candace. Okay, let's do the business multi-level marketing, network marketing. Is anybody 10?
I'm a 10, but I've done, I wasn't in the beginning.
I know.
5 years ago.
Do I have any 8s? Do I have any 8s? Cindy Novel's an 8. Do I have any 7s? We got a couple people, Carolyn and Joy our Candace are all muted, so I guess this doesn't work.
And you guys can unmute yourselves.
Yeah, you can shout out. Just shout out for this part.
Just shoot out numbers.
I'd say I'm at a 6.
6.
Kimberly's a 6. Okay.
Good.
I think so. I think I haven't experienced it yet, so I can't really say that I'm an 8, 9, or 10 or anything like that. But I think that it makes it a lot easier to reach a lot of people at one time instead of like trying to get people like strangers and just family members and word of mouth type thing. I think it's a little bit easier when you can reach more volume of people.
Like using social media?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Good. Okay, so business, okay, so the multi-level marketing company, again, this one is going to be kind of hard if you're just getting, but we want to try to have a really good unshakable belief in the company. And then anybody want to share they were on self, kind of that's kind of a private one. So if you don't want to share, I understand. Kind of where you are with believing in yourself.
I can say not enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
What
hard to put a
number, Cindy?
It's hard to put a number.
Yeah.
I think some days it's better than other days. But you know, when you're looking at all this, it's like, I believe in the products. I mean, the testimonies, what I've seen, what I've experienced, multi-level marketing, I've been involved in other companies before. So this, I put an 8, I probably could have gone a little bit higher. The company, yes, the Plexus company is, you know, with the products and stuff, but, oh, I don't want to see myself. No, it's okay. You can leave. But when you're talking about yourself, we're our worst critic. And when people, you know, start saying no, whether, you know, you're not supposed to take it personally or not, it still hurts the heart. And then, well, maybe I'm not good at this. Maybe, you know, it's the doubting. So, yeah.
Okay. And you're not alone. That is how everybody feels. I mean, that's a very common feeling. I've done this for years. I'll say, let's do the quadrant because our goal, what we'll strive to be, this is going to happen, but we strive to be a 10 in all 4 areas.
Right.
All of these things really a strong 9, 10, then it's kind of like you're in alignment, right? In all areas. So you can just kind of really go out there and be all you need to be. But yourself is the one that most people really do struggle with. That'll be the one that is the hardest. And so as you look at your quadrant, this gives you sort of a roadmap for in this business to know where you need to spend energy and time growing. Okay. And I'm going to go, so for example, if products you're just getting started, that's a great area. So what I would challenge you to do is spend maybe just 15 minutes a day, pick one product a day, or if you don't even have time for a product a day, pick one product a week to learn about, right? Because the more you know, the more armed you feel, the more confident you're going to be. And watch a video. We've got videos on all the products. We've got products information sheets. Spend some time, become an expert in just one at a time. So that way you're not feeling overwhelmed with, oh my goodness, there's all this to learn. What am I going to do? Just pick one, keep it simple. I would recommend you start with the triplex combination first. So maybe learn about the slim, the 2 different kinds, the differences and so forth. There's hunger control, microbiome activating. Then move on to the BioCleanse. Learn about BioCleanse, learn about probiotic, Probio 5. If you have those 3 and you feel really like, yeah, I got this, okay, that's a great foundation to start. So I challenge you to help you get to a 10 in the products if you don't already have that. Read testimonies. There's tons of testimonies and pages. Those will boost your belief in them really quickly when you hear those testimonies. All right, second, business network marketing and MLM. So if you're not a pretty strong 9 or 10, I challenge you to learn a little bit more about network marketing and how it works and why it works, and about something really great called residual income. Residual income is the beauty of what we do. That is when you build on the front end, you build your team, you build your business, it becomes something that operates and sustains itself. And so you can benefit financially on the back end for years and years and years and years. It actually becomes a legacy. So it's not something that you have to show up for every day, right? Where you had to like a job where you clock in and you clock out and you're just getting paid for your hours. Or it's not even like a doctor, where a doctor, if a doctor doesn't do the work, a doctor isn't showing up for office hours, doctor doesn't get paid. That person's required to be there in order for the business to sustain itself. And so in our business, that's not the case at all. You actually want to be able to create a system of systems, so to speak, that you can take yourself out of the equation and it still operates. And that's the goal of what we are constantly trying. We're all learning and growing and learning how to, what we call, duplicate those systems down. And so if you're not a 10, you can quickly become a 10 by just learning a little bit more about the business. Some of the people that I love are Bob Heilig. If you don't listen to his podcast, he's great. He's wonderful. I love, who else is really good? Eric Worre. He's a really old school network marketer, but he's really great. There's another one called a girl named Sarah Robbins called Rock Your Network Marketing Business. I really suggest you buy the book, read the book, listen to the audio. Sarah Robbins is great. She was a school teacher who got in on some makeup, and I don't remember which one it is, early on, and now she's super successful and does all kinds of training. So those are some of my favorites. Yes, Cindy?
Dawn, can you put those in the comments or on a thread or something?
I wrote them down. I'll give them to you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I got them.
So I think, so Kim, there's Eric Worre GoPro. It's like Network Marketing 101. Bob Heilig has excellent training podcasts, and Sarah Robbins. Rock Your Network Marketing Business. She's fun. She's a woman. She's really relatable. So she's really good. Okay. So build that. Okay. So company, of course, I know you're just getting started. This is where, if you can get to events, this will build your belief in our company, because you get to see firsthand who our company is, who our leaders are, the way we operate. We have Leaders Retreat coming up in January. Get there. If you can't, if you're close, I bet, believe it or not, Cindy, where are your points? You know?
I am, the last time I checked before I left home, I was a little over 600.
Okay,
like
you're going to make it.
605.
That means you're going to
Something like
make,
that.
you're going to make Leaders Retreat. That's so exciting. I bet Marilyn might be close. So anyway, we're really going to push the next couple weeks for Leaders Retreat. Leaders Retreat's coming up. And we also, of course, have yearly convention. If you can get to convention, make that work, because it's awesome. Anytime corporate does, now we're doing little virtual events where they'll have, like, I think there might even be one coming up on Saturday the 12th, where you can kind of tune in and watch. Anytime they do Monday motivations, where you can like watch. So anything that you can plug into will help build your belief in who they are, because you can see it firsthand. And then the last one with yourself, this is where personal development in this business is crucial. Like, it's not even optional. You have to be ready and willing to invest in yourself. And most people that build a business that are in Plexus and gone anywhere in the company will say that is the greatest gift of this business, is the personal development that happens along the way. I can tell you, the person that I was in 2014 is not the leader person that I am now. Like, it has been one big personal development journey, and it has been it has not been easy, because personal development is not always easy. It requires us to look in the mirror. It requires us to dig deeper. So personal development, some things, and I'll think of more resources, but things off the top of my head is, I love John Maxwell for leadership is really good. Rachel Hollis is good, I think, when you're first getting started. You guys have heard of her. She goes, the Girl Wash Your Facebook. That's a really fun one. That's a good one. She makes you really think and dig deep. We have all kinds of videos, and there's podcasts out there. Some of my favorite Plexus podcast girls are Jessica Heffley has a great podcast. Abby Kappa, I love her. She's younger. She's really peppy. She has a great one. Brooke Hemingway does podcasts. Who else have I heard that's really good? Anybody else have anything to listen to that they really like? Didn't think that.
Is Emily Gibson still doing hers?
Oh yeah, Emily. I think she took a break, but she has a bunch loaded, so hers are really good. Emily has them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so that's really important. So make sure you're doing that when you're building this business, is that you're really plugging in and and doing the personal development piece of this and challenging yourself in those ways. Okay. All right. So that's a fun little activity, and you can go back to that. And Kim, maybe you can even kind of get with each person one-on-one and kind of ask them where they are, because then that'll help you know how to help them, right? So if it's building in yourself, then you can kind of have that conversation and send things that might help. Say, hey, listen to this. You know, I challenge my team to listen to this once a week, or whatever, however, IPA type stuff. All right, so let me, let's see. Let me see what else I put on my notes that I wanted to go over with you guys. Let's talk about a little bit like the nuts and bolts of what we do in our business. And I'm gonna say this is not, like I said, this is not a hard business. It really isn't. It's very simple. It just requires you to say yes and do the work. I would say that there's just a few action steps you can take. There's lots of resources, lots of information, lots of posts on team pages. But if you can just kind of do just a few little things consistently, I promise you'll be successful. Like, hands down, I'm going to be successful. Number one is you post consistently on social media. You got to do it. In this day and age, it's the way that we get business. I mean, when I post, I have leads to follow up with. When I do not post, I do not have leads to follow up with. That's pretty much how it goes. Now, when you post on social media, it is not advertising at all. If your social media posts look like an ad, sound like an ad, people feel that, they will turn them off and will not want to see what you have to say. You can never make it feel like you're trying to sell a product. We all have the same products, every single one of us. So I can't try to just sell a bottle of ProBio 5 because Kim's trying to sell a bottle of ProBio 5 too. It doesn't work. What people do is they invest in you and who you are. And so your social media has to be feel very authentic and real to you. And so Plexus just becomes like this thing that you weave into your story. And so, you know, for example, I think Kim does a great job. If you watch her social media, she has fun with her family. She goes on date nights with her husband. She's posting about all of these wonderful things and her cute grandchildren. And she's throwing a pink drink in there because it helps give her the energy to do all of the things that she loves to do in life. And that's it. Because you have to remember, there's other people that are watching you that want to be able to play with their grandchildren and be able to keep up in their life, and they want energy and they don't have it. Then they see that Kim Day does have it and they go, oh, Kim, you know what? I think I want what you have. Could you please tell me more about that? And so that's how you start developing people reaching out to you, wanting to know what you're doing. You know, weight loss, yes. Everybody's like, yes, please, Lord, give me weight loss. You can, you know, if you've got a story, if you've got other stories you can tell about what that means. You know, weight loss means a lot more to people than numbers. When you feel better, when you lose the weight, you feel better, you have a better quality of life, all these things. You can kind of tie all of that into it. When people need energy, that's what we have. So you're posting about how your active is helping you with energy, how you're mixing it together. So you just get the picture, guys. I mean, you guys already know this, but it's just really important to remember to kind of think about when you're getting ready to post. There's some areas and I have it on my wall somewhere, make sure I don't miss it, but I have like notes everywhere on my wall to remind myself of things. But you ask yourself, does your post, I think it's like 4 E's. One is, does it educate your audience? Does it entertain your audience? Does it empower your audience? Educate, entertain, empower. I think the last one is like humor, but I don't know why that doesn't start with an E, and I can't remember the last E. But anyway, that's the thing. That's it. Educate. So you want to make sure that you're educating, inspiring, empowering, entertaining. Did I say that one? What did I say? I did say entertain. Okay. Empower, educate. I think that's it, 3 E's. So you can kind of look at it like that, like check off those things. And if it does, great. So you think about with social media that you want to like give information, give empowerment, give all these things to your audience. And then when it's time to ask for the sale, it's okay because they trust you, they know you, and they know you've been giving. You ask for the sale, you close. So that's how we want to use social media, share authentically. And remember, people are not buying products, they're buying who you are. So continue to put yourself out there and be authentic and be as vulnerable as you possibly can be, because that's how people get to know you. Okay, so that's number 1. These are the action steps to be successful. They're not hard. Social media every day. Number 2 is consistently reach out. If you do this, if you will consistently reach out to 3 to 5 new people a day, you will be successful. I guarantee it. But 3 to 5 every day. And then maybe you don't work on the weekends. Like I say, Saturdays are my family day. I'm not working on Saturdays. Don't bother me. So I say 6 days a week. But if you can only do 5, do 5. But if you can do that consistently, you will constantly have business. And reach out. Kim has the messages. She can share the scripts with you. Those are not tricky. They're not, you don't have to overthink those messages. And in a minute, I'll go over what those kind of look like. And then the third thing, if you do this really, really well, you'll be successful. And that's follow-up. If you become really, really good at follow-up, and remember the fortune is in the follow-up, right? So we can reach out all day. People say, sure, send me information. We never follow up. Well, then that's not going to do us any good. Thing that I want you to remember with your follow-up is 85% of sales are made in the 8 to 12 follow-up. So what happens is 80% of the people give up after the second or third follow-up. They send the message, they follow up, the person doesn't answer, or the person gives them a little bit of an objection, and then that's it, they're done. They just say, oh, never mind, they start making up stories, they're not interested, blah, blah, blah. But that's where everybody gives up, and that's where people fall short. You have to be the one that stays in until the 8 to 12. And if you stay in until the 8 to 12, I guarantee you will be successful. Most people do not stay in it that long. Therefore, they miss 80% of the sales, 85% of the sales. So post social media, reach out to 3 to 5 people a day, and follow up like a boss. You'll be successful. Okay. So what is that like when you're reaching out? I wanted to go over that real quick with you guys. So what does that look like? We have this system we called send, share, invite. Send, share, invite that we kind of use. And basically, number 1 is the send, is you send that message. Remember that 3 to 5 people that you're going to reach out to every day? You send them a little message. And we have a really, really wonderful one that works great. Hey, I thought of you today. I admire you so much. I know you're really into health and wellness. I just started a new plant-based supplement line that has made a big difference in how I feel and my energy, and it's starting to help me lose weight. Is this something, could I send you a quick video for you to check it out? That's it, something like that. And then usually like, yeah, sure, send me a quick video. Great. And then you say, this is really important. This is the most important thing that you will ask somebody. Can you please tell me your health goals and any challenges that you might have? When you get them to answer that question, you're armed with all the information that you need to help them the best that you can help them, and to eventually close the deal, so to speak. I don't like to say it like that because it makes it sound salesy and slimy, but it is. I mean, you need to be able to close it out and bring them on as a customer or ambassador. So it's really important when you send that message, they say, yes, send me the video. Then you send the video, but then also get that information. What are your health concerns and goals? Once you have it, then it's a matter of share. That's where the share comes in. You share the video that you're going to send, and then you also can share a story or testimony that relates to what they're struggling with. So they tell you that they have diabetes, then you can find a diabetes testimony where Plexus has helped. The Chromium and Slim helps with their numbers. level blood sugar. They start to see you've taken the time to find a story that will be specific to them that's really going to help. And so then at that point, your job is to build the value, because I can promise you, when people tell you that they can't afford it, that's not really true. Because I mean, it's true, but it's not really true, because people can afford whatever they find valuable. We don't live in a third world country. I mean, really, we just don't. And people spend money on all kinds of things that they probably can't really afford, because they find the value in them. So you can help somebody say, you know, if they're spending money at Starbucks, they're spending money on fast food, they're spending money on eating out, they're spending whatever that is, stopping at 7-Eleven and getting a snack. All those things, you know, could equate to them being able to afford Plexus to help them with their health. And so when you have the information, when you know what they need, then at that point, your job is to help build value. And then when I say you, we're here to help you. And that's what Kim is really great at, is putting, you put Kim in a 3-way chat and Kim is on it. She is there with you. She is getting you the information and the testimonies and everything you need. So I say, put her in a 3-way chat with you, especially if you're just getting started or you are not sure what to do. She will guide you through it. And so then the invite piece of it is, after you've built the value by showing them that you can meet their needs with health products, with these health products, then I say to invite them to join you. I mean, really, it's like, are you ready to get started? Because you've shown them the Plexus Triplex is going to blow their mind and help them. Are you ready to do this thing? Now, if at that point you don't kind of get a yes, let's do it, let's go for it, then the invite becomes, invite them to a health Zoom event, which Kim is doing regularly for your team on Tuesday nights at 7. You can invite them to join different group pages. Like we have Live Vibrantly, Share Your Health Journey. I don't know, Kim might have one for her team as well. And so then you can plug them into other areas where they're going to get more validation about how the products are going to help them. I have seen that work. Sometimes it takes people just a little bit longer to kind of be in those groups and to be exposed to the information. It just kind of takes a while to kind of get them settled in to the idea. They'll finally, and then that's where you become, you're being a boss at follow-up. You keep following up, you keep following up, you keep following up. Eventually they're going to say, yeah, I'm ready. Any questions about send, share, invite? Because we say that a lot, and I think sometimes people don't really understand exactly the order of what that means.
No.
Okay, you got it. Okay. Okay. The only other things I had, just a couple little notes that I wanted to go over with you guys. Number one, obviously you all know you have your own website link. Make sure it works. Make sure you test it out first. Make sure it's all set up nicely. You can put your picture on the website link. Just make sure it works really good, and that you play around with it, because I think it's important for us to know what our customers are going to experience when they go to our site. So work through it, and so you can answer questions and you kind of know. Number two is we have our virtual office has really good shareables and tools in there. And so play around with those and utilize those, because they will help you with that, that building value piece we just talked about. When you're sending things to them, that's where you're going to find a lot of that. Number three is we now have the Engage app, which is wonderful. Such a great app, but it takes a little getting used to. So you want to play around with that as well, where you can actually send samples directly to people now, and you don't have to touch them, which thank you, Lord, because I was the worst at getting to the post office. Oh my gosh, it's like, you would think I was having to go to China the way that I act about going to the post office. And
I sent 2 today.
Huh?
I said I sent 2 today.
With the Engage app?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at you.
Hey, that's awesome.
Wow.
That is so good. Well, good, because you get 3 free ones when you buy your welcome pack. So you'll get more to be able to send. That is so good. And then I would challenge you to make a schedule. It's Sunday night. That's when I always like to sit down. I'll be doing that later, is making out like a plan for the week, and time block yourself. And so know exactly when you're going to sit down and work your Plexus business and be super focused. Because if you just kind of get to it when you get to it, it's kind of like exercise, right? You don't ever get to it. It becomes something you just kind of keep pushing and pushing and pushing because something else always comes up. And then just like exercise, next thing you know, you didn't do it. You went a whole week and you didn't exercise. You don't want that to happen with your Plexus business, because remember, consistency is key. You can work it part-time, but you can't work it sometimes. So I challenge you to do that. Become really good at blocking out your time. It might shift and move, but at least you know at the beginning of the week, I know I'm going to work, I'm going to wake up early on Monday morning and I'm going to give my hour there. I'm going to do it during my lunch break on Tuesday. I'm going to do it in the evenings on, Wednesday, whatever. And that also is good if you're like me and love to work. You kind of overwork sometimes, so it's good to keep a boundary and to know that, I have to do laundry. I better time block that in because I do not want to do that. I would much rather be working Plexus than doing laundry. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, so I think that's what I wanted to share with you guys, other than that we have great resources. We have a great community of ambassadors that are here to rally around you and support you. I forgot I had another call at 8:45. Whoops, I gotta go. Gosh, you guys, if you guys want to stay on, you can, but I just remember that I have a call with Sherry's team at 8:45. Kim, are you good? Do you want to stay on for a few minutes and ask questions?
I'll stay on and take questions. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye. Anybody have any questions about everything that she's gone over, or anything we missed that you want to know about?